Hey, welcome to God with George Ortega. This is episode number 105. I'm recording it on Thursday, March 18th, 2021 at 11:57 a.m. Eastern Time. Just maybe about 10 minutes after having finished the last episode. This episode is scheduled to air tomorrow. And I'm going to continue with if you didn't see the last episode, I began to talk to God rather than talk about God with you. And so apparently God wants me to do that again. So let's continue. It is an experiment. It did feel better, to talk with God and all right, let's start right there. Why might it feel better? Oh, actually, so I'm talking to you still. Okay, God. It feels better talking with you than talking with them, because talking with you, I'm talking with you in real time. You're hearing me, and responding to me. We're relating in real time. Whereas, like, when I talk to them on these episodes, yeah, there's a part of me that kind of like fully acknowledges that I'm talking with them. But, the other part of it is, well, who exactly am I talking with? Who is watching this? I don't know. So there's a bit of uncertainty, about that whole process. So God, I just appreciate you're after 105 episodes. I mean, you could have given me this idea earlier, but for whatever reason you chose not to. But yes, I have a feeling, God, that talking with you in this way will be more pleasant and hopefully more productive. Now, I've been thanking you for a lot recently because a lot has been going so well recently. And it's not as if my life has changed in any way. It's pretty much, I mean, I'm happy about a few things. I got the first, shot of my vaccine earlier this week. Things are looking better for everyone. People getting vaccinated. The return to normal is in sight apparently. So it's not that things aren't doing well, going well, but in my particular life, nothing really has changed. But what has changed, I guess, is which is really what's important, God. And I want to, again, this is what I want to thank you for. It's like, the idea is like nothing has to change for you to grant us blessings, for me to feel good, to feel satisfied, which is what pretty much anyone wants. All right, God, it's getting difficult talking with you because, and I get so easily distracted. There's like a plane flying overhead. I don't think you're hearing it on the, and actually, I want to try an experiment. There's an experiment, whatever. When you own the show, you can do this stuff. I'm going to be right back with, hold on. All right, because before I was distracted, by some noise out in the hallway, and so these are like my noise canceling. All right, so now I just put this on, and I'm hearing myself from within myself actually, which is interesting. But and I'm talking to the audience again, so like, God, you'll have to like hold on for. So like, because if I'm going to do this, might as well, So, but again, I'm not hearing that jet engine sound, and if there was more sound in the hallway or anywhere, I wouldn't hear it. I can hear my phone rings if it were to ring and all, but this is excellent. This is like, I like, all right. God, thank you for this headset. Because I live in this apartment. God. And, sometimes I get distracted. I'm trying to do work, but like, there's a laundry room across the hall. Um, I'm fortunate in our building, we have a laundry room on every floor, which is nice. But, and it's not like it's really loud or anything. It's just like distracting. But like when I put these on, I mean, I'm just like, it is so quiet. It's so pleasant. I have to remember to put these on a lot. I mean, they look a little silly. They kind of remind me of actually that character in Star Wars. The woman her hair, I think, looked like that. Just these two bobs coming out like this. This looks, silly in a way, but that's all right. God, because you don't mind that it looks silly, right? I mean, you're more concerned that like that I not get distracted during these episodes, which is interesting. It was like, all right, might be distracting to the audience, but I don't know. Again, this is an experiment, and God, God is really in one sense, it's easier to talk with you doing these shows, talking with you because it is immediate. In another sense, it's like it's much more difficult because, like, God, I'm doing this show and I'm trying to convey ideas to the audience that I hope will be helpful. But, I mean, what am I going to convey to you? I mean, it's like, again, part of this is like, if I'm conveying it to you, it's like you already know it. It's like you actually made me convey it to you. So you have to wonder about that. But I'm going to stay with this. I'm going to stay with this because it is an experiment. Again, our lives are experiments. We try something, see if it works. If it works, we keep doing it. If it doesn't, we try something else. So God, sorry, it's like, what do I want to ask you for? I feel like yes, because like God, like for some reason that I don't understand, when I was growing up, somehow you led me to have this perspective, this understanding, this viewpoint that I really shouldn't be asking you all that much. I don't know where it came from. But then, when I started studying Judaism in the mid 80s, I learned that you want me to ask you for everything. That the more I ask you, the more you're pleased. Because I used to think, oh, don't bother God. Like if it's something major, bother God, but otherwise don't. But now, so like, yes, I mean, like this is that I should be asking you for everything. So, all right, so like, what do I want? Because God, you want to know something? Like I live my days really not so much relative to what I want. It's really about, all right, what should I be doing? Which is, fine. It's good. I've got various projects. I've got work. I've got my chores, things that need to be done. But yeah, God, I don't think you have me enough focusing on, what I want. So all right, let's do this, God. What do I want? I want. That's interesting. All right. What's interesting, God, is like that. Partly, I mean, yes, I want financing for this film. Okay, I want to make this film, and I want to do whatever is required for that to get the financing. And so that, but that's like a project over the next 2-3 years or whatever. I don't know how long it's going to take. But what I want more immediately, I want, yeah. And this, I guess, like, I think I can also ask you for things that I already have, but I want to continue and perhaps, have become more so. For example, you've got me playing bass guitar and getting good, but I like it when I'm playing a lot. It's like, I guess God, I guess God, what I'm asking you, like both with the film and this bass guitar, is like I've devoted, so much of my life to spirituality, to this kind of spiritual connection where I meditate for hours each day and try to live this kind of like holy life, trying to be really good, trying to make a difference and all. But you know, I've been ignoring my personal life for decades because you know, I'd say, and God, you know this. I don't have to tell you this, but I'm telling you anyhow, because I'm not talking to the audience anymore. I'm just going to talk with you, and this is going to be the show now, at least until you have it change. So yeah, let me think. So yeah, I have been ignoring my personal life because, like, you know, I mean, like, I see the problems in the world: climate change, global poverty, the way we treat animals. There's so many problems that are very, you know, that not enough people are addressing, not enough people even know about or care about. And God, you know, like, so you have me do this stuff, but you know, you kind of like, you know, you made me to like people, you know, to love women, to just to like interacting with people. And it's kind of an irony because, like, you know, it's, you know, in my life, you know, I've been an independent researcher for decades. You know, just unfortunately with the internet, everything's available online. So it's not like you have to attend lectures, you know, live lectures on things, whatever. But what I'm trying to ask you, God, and I guess I'm asking you something, and you know, so I really should get accustomed to asking you more and more. So God, I want you to I want to find new spirituality. You know, the film is something that's already done. I've done the screenplay. Now I got to get into the hands of professionals, let them make the film. I can hopefully help out with that. But that's pretty much done, except, you know, obtaining financing. But I guess then what I need your help with is the bass guitar. Um, I'm kind of like, yeah, I get frustrated, God. It's like, you know, sometimes I'll play, you know, it'll sound really good, and I'll be hitting the notes, you know, pretty, you know, surprising myself sometimes. And then it kind of like goes back to like, well, a few too many sour notes. Um, so I really, you know, I really could use some help on that. Uh, what else? All right. And see, part of the reason I don't ask you this stuff is like, you know, I mean, all right, so why do I want to get really good at bass guitar? Because I want to, you know, ultimately start making money at it, you know, recording on people's CDs, however people distribute music nowadays, just like, you know, because I'm good at improvising. And, all right, so God, so I'd like your help on that. What else? This headset does look silly. That's all right. That's all right. A little comedy doesn't hurt. So, all right, God, all right, you got me. So it's only 12 o'clock. I've got a meeting at 8:30, and it's a Thursday. I should do some laundry. So God, do me a favor. I need to do some laundry, but now I don't feel like doing some laundry. I'm a little tired. I only got maybe like 6 hours sleep last night. What's that about, God? I guess, you know, you had me actually. Thank you for like having me wake up early this morning. I think you had me up at around 7 o'clock, 7 or 8, and I got a lot done. I went to the post office. I, you know, straightened up, so I appreciate that. But you know, and you had me then like I was about to take a nap. I was listening to audiobooks, which, you know, hoping that I would fall asleep. And actually, that I want to go back to doing this after I do this. Like, but then I remembered, oh, I've got to do an episode for today, which I did, and then episode for tomorrow. So I appreciate, God, you're having me do that, because, like, you know, I've got about only 13 minutes left to go in this. Then I can go back to listening. God, what I want to do is listen to the 48 Ways of Wisdom. You know, Rabbi Noah Weinberg. The man is like, he's brilliant. I mean, like, he's not completely brilliant in terms of logic, but he's really brilliant in terms of wisdom. You know, I think that there's a logical intelligence I think there's a separate intelligence related to wisdom. This guy is sharp. Not just what he says, how he says it. Again, Noah Weinberg. He was the series is called 48 Ways to Wisdom. And if you go to simpletoremember.com or .org, I don't remember, I think it's a .com, simpletoremember.com, it's this one page where all 48 lectures are there. God, you haven't, you know this guy. You're not going to watch. I don't think you're going to log on to. So like, God, you're having me convey information. That's great, but I really want this to be about you and me right now, to just like, to have the audience experience some guy with these silly looking, earmuff things talking with you about whatever, because this is, and the hope, God, is that, yes, that maybe a lot of people aren't so comfortable talking with you. And if they happen to, they're channel surfing, they happen to like, see this guy in a funny headset talking with you, and they may get the idea to start praying to you or pray to you more, and that might benefit their life. So God, I'm going under the context, under the assumption and hope that that yes, that my talking to you in this way is also benefiting whoever might hear this or watch this. So, all right, 11 minutes left, because I really, I am tired. I feel good, but I still am tired. I'm looking forward to like another 2-3 hours of sleep. And then I don't know, I'd probably want to go out. It's supposed to rain, but all right, what else, God? I mean, I could complain to you, but no, that's not even like, that's not funny, because I mean, I would complain to you about, climate change and global poverty and things like that. And, it's not funny. So God, I don't get why you allow that stuff to happen. You're all powerful. This is your world. Everything's up to you. Even this crazy notion that people hold that we have a free will, that stuff is really up to us. Yeah, we're the puppeteer. And God, it's funny how you don't let people get this, because like it's so obvious. If we had a free will, I mean, it's so obvious we had a free will. And how do they not get this? If we had a free will, we'd be feeling great all the time, because we'd be freely willing ourselves to feel great all the time. And we'd be very virtuous. Would be, I hope we'd be freely willing ourselves to be very virtuous. Maybe some people don't care enough about that, but certainly with the happiness, So God, it's just like beyond me how you don't, and I'm not going to blame people for not getting this, because like, how are they going to get this if you don't allow them, if you don't make them get it? So God, do me a favor. Well, all right, in order, I'd like to get this film done. Okay, so like, I need the financing. I want to make 1.5 million, and then like once I do that, I will, you willing start work on a couple of more films, a film on happiness and perhaps a few others. And not as the filmmaker, but as kind of like the concept generator, the script creator, whatever. But even more so, I want that film to be made, God, so that people begin to understand you, so that people understand the nature of the reality you've created, and so people stop being so deluded. It's surreal. I figured this out when I was a teenager. You know, I mean, all you have to figure out, you try to do stuff. I tried to do stuff like speed reading, you know, and you know, I don't think I did very well at it, or like I was like playing guitar and I tried to memorize the chords of some songs, and it was harder than I would have preferred. But you know, in my life, it was so clear, God. All right, it's interesting because now I'm talking with you, but I'm talking with you. You know how like sometimes, God, you talk with well, I don't know about you, but like for people, we talk. Let's say we're in a restaurant talking with someone, and we're actually trying to impress, for whatever reason, people sitting a table away or something. You know, so we're talking, you know, to someone, but you know, more so for the benefit of someone else. And that's how I feel, God, when I'm talking to you, you know, now. That's all right. You know, again, this is like a new format, 104 episodes into the series. I'm going to start talking to you, and it feels good. It really feels good. It doesn't, you know, I got over that sense of feeling that I was being rude to the audience, and I think they get it. They, you know, they'll actually. I have a feeling, you know, like audiences may really appreciate this more than my talking with them directly, because like when, well, I mean, when they're watching newscasters and people talking at them, you know, that happens a lot. But I mean, like the only time that doesn't happen is like if they're watching some fiction, some movie, and so this is kind of like similar to that. You know, they're just like watching, you know, kind of voyeuristically, just like what's the word? Uh, to have an experience that is, oh, I had it. It's a good word. You know, when you read vicarious kind of like, you know, anyway, so less than 6 minutes ago, God, yes, I need your help to, if we're going to be talking like this, you know, on future episodes, and it's not going to be like my trying to explain your nature to people anymore, because after 100 episodes, I think I've done enough of that. Then the question becomes, all right, God, what do you want us to talk about? So yes, from now on, you know, 5 days a week, I'm going to be talking to you, not about you. I guess I was being rude to you, perhaps, talking to everyone. Nah, I don't know. That's a tough one. See, reality can get surreal. How you know, I mean, every time we're talking to anyone else, we're really talking to, all right, whatever. Less than 5 minutes. But I enjoy this. I definitely enjoy this because it's challenging. You know, I like challenges. And I like, thank you, God, that you're getting me, you know, I used to like challenges, but they used to kind of like make me more anxious. Whereas this, I don't know, I appreciate you're getting me to a point in my life where I feel that I've demonstrated my value to myself, you know, ideally, hopefully to the world. But I feel that, you know, at 63 years old, I feel like, you know, I've done what you know, I've already done what you know, had me come here to do. It's kind of like people retire around this age. So I kind of like feel retired, and I appreciate that, you know. But, you know, I also appreciate that you don't have me just like indulge in just like frivolity, just, you know, that I'm still, you know, deeply invested in trying to help the world, trying to better the world. Uh, so I appreciate that. But yeah, we got to figure out, you know, if we're going to be talking 5 days a week for, you know, almost 30 minutes each day. Well, all right, I'm asking you to like, I'm asking you to like, to make it meaningful, to make it good and all, because I can't do that. And that takes it and says, see, God does, how do they not understand that? Like if we had a free will, we would do things as well as we would want to. You know, if you want to like ace an interview, a job interview, you do it. If you want to like, whatever it is you want to do, you know, if you had a free will, there'd be nothing stopping you. That's why, God, I don't get why, how you make people like maintain this delusion. And you want to know something, God, when you finally, as I believe you will, get people to get this, either after the film or however you want, it's going to be an amazing world. You know, I think that this, you know, John Searle, God, you know, said that, you know, people coming to understand that you run everything would be the greatest revolution in human thinking, you know, ever. But I think it's beyond that. I think that like, or the greatest spiritual revolution had to have been Akhenaten and Moses or Abraham basically introducing the world to you, introducing you to the world. Okay, yeah, meeting you also. But all right, so that's got to be the greatest spiritual event that has happened, accomplishment. But I think the next greatest maybe, well, virtue, you can't, you know, the Ten Commandments, the laws, all this stuff, the Torah is, you can't minimize that now. So fine, God, those are great. But what I'm trying to say is like, you know, we could use this new information, this new, more accurate perspective of, and actually, you know what I'm going to do instead of, rather than having to wear these things, they sell these earplugs that I actually want to use them for, you know, for sleeping also. I got to see if I can get some like in Target or something. So yeah. Anyway, God, so yes, thank you again. And I like thanking you. Like when I pray to you, recently I've been thanking you for a lot. And part of it is like, you know, I'm thanking you for like, I've been trying to like destroy the Republican Party because they, you know, they're such a threat to the future of this planet. And all of a sudden you got this Trump guy and this coronavirus, just do it within the course of 4 years, you know, probably 2 years, really the last 2 years are what mattered. And so, yeah, I'm very grateful for that. And it's not like the Democrats, you know, don't need to be reformed also. I mean, come on, a lot has to get done. But it seems like things are beginning to happen in a big way, in a necessary way, if we're going to survive. And I appreciate that, God. But, you know, if you could just like, you know, a virtue pill, have somebody invent a pill that, you know, everybody wakes up each morning, like a 1-a-day, you know, multivitamin. They take this pill and all of a sudden they're better people all day. We're all better people. That'd be great. All right. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon.